But it just doesn't sit well with me, the shot about becoming a farmer or a shot about working at 7-Eleven. Like, and there's so many people that liked it. Like, what is wrong with being a farmer, mate? Hello, Swaddy Ricky and Isaan here, out on the motorbike with my helmet. I put the sunscreen on. It's a little sunny now, but it's looking a bit murky over this way, eh? But I think it's gonna miss us. But if we get hit by a shower, it's just a bit of water, isn't it? A bit of water in rainy season. Never did anyone any harm. But we're out here by the rice fields. Farming, hey? Keeps the world going. Creates the food that we survive off. And I love it. I actually love watching Thai people farming. And so I have a comment that I want to read before I hop on the motorbike. And this comment comes from a person who is very supportive. And I think you've just gone about it the wrong way with what you're trying to say. I'm not taking aim at the individual who commented this. Absolutely fine. And I get where you're coming from. But the fact that there's 24 likes on this comment is a bit concerning, I think, from my Falang audience. And it's actually upset a bit of the Thai audience. I've had Thai people ask me about this commenter. And this is the comment. You are a great father, a true role model. Do not let the Thai family take the twins from you full time. You're doing an awesome job already. They will raise the kids to become poor farmers, 7-Eleven employees, cleaners, or even par girls. Now, I get where you're coming from, that you're concerned about the twins and potentially them growing up. And it's not a worry. They're going to be with me the majority of the time, very soon. We'll find a suitable solution there, don't worry. But it just doesn't sit well with me, the shot about becoming a farmer or a shot about working at 7-Eleven. Like, and there's so many people that liked it. Like, what is wrong with being a farmer, mate? Let's get on the motorbike and discuss. Alrighty, I hope the mic is working well. So I'm just a 5-minute ride from my house, just on the outskirts of the city. Most beautiful scenery in the world, especially this time of the year. The air quality is perfection. I can see the mountain range is quite crisp. I've got storms in that direction. And once this rice really starts growing like it is in other parts of town, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to look like the MCG, mate. But geez, farming, mate. Like, what's wrong with being a farmer? If the girls grow up to be farmers, I'll be so proud of them. If the girls grow up to work at 7-Eleven, I'll be so proud of them. I don't even understand the shots at 7-Eleven workers. Like, I'm sure if you come to Thailand, you go to 7-Eleven yourself. You can't think you're so superior to the people working there when you're here in their country, mate. Or the 24 people who like the comment. Now, there's no doubt that there's a lot of farmers here who do it tough. They fall into debt. They may finance the farmlands. They may finance the tractor, etc. There's a lot who don't even break even. They hand out food rations to the family around the country. But I also know farmers here who are doing quite well stockpile a lot of their supplies and also sell a whole heap and make a very good amount yearly, because they just happen to have enough land and have enough to sell each year. And obviously that's not going to happen overnight. Let's just say in a hypothetical world the twins became farmers, mate. Like, we've got to acquire lands. They've got to acquire lands. That doesn't just happen magically. And then there's the skill and there's the craft of learning to be a farmer, isn't there? That doesn't just happen overnight. They'll learn a lot of that living here, and I think that's what makes Thailand a superior place to live. Westerners love getting ignorant. Here's a little farm here, all caged up. But the Westerners love being ignorant about how their education is so superior, but they don't have a clue how to grow basic vegetables. They wouldn't have a clue how to survive if the power grid and the water supply was turned off. But they know how to be a good office worker. But going back to the farming, like, man, I'd rather work for myself and be a farmer. If I could be a farmer here in Thailand, and there are ways that you could become a farmer as a foreigner. If you have a wife who owns the lands and she's the one getting paid, not you can work on her land all you want and be a farmer out here. Like, wouldn't you rather be a farmer, work for yourself, over working for a company, getting your monthly salary and having to earn commission on top of that? and report to your boss every day as to why the company earnings aren't as high as they want because you can't make a sale, etc. The whole farming thing's always fascinated me here in Thailand. I love it. I love being outdoors, and I love the living off the land idea, and it's definitely something that I consider down the line if I had money to buy farmland, had money to live out in the sticks somewhere. But that's all not going to happen anytime soon. That's all a very long way away. That's just a dream in the distance. I believe we've got some cassava over here. So just heading through a little village now. Out here in town, the rice is all planted and looking good. We've got a dog hanging out here. Hey, how you doing? And a lady heading past on her bicycle. Oh, nearly ran over a bird. Little like village market here sort of thing, and it's getting gloomy, isn't it? I think the storm might be heading towards us, so if I get wet, I get wet. What can you do, eh? But you got to remember though, like these farms create the food we live off, the food the world survives off. So man, don't be slandering farmers, mate. And then the 7-Eleven workers comment, man, if my twins grow up and work at 7-Eleven, fuck, I'll be proud. I'll be proud. There's nothing wrong with working at 7-Eleven, mate. It's not super money, obviously, but it's not all about money. It's about what you do to make yourself happy. Spot just gave me a thumbs up. What you do to make yourself happy, and it's not all about getting rich. Here we go, we got someone cutting up the buffalo grass. But going to the public park during the day, and you got the food delivery drivers who could be out pumping those orders, trying to get as much money as possible, but they've got the hammock out, and they're having a sleep on a hammock for an hour or two during the day. Probably tell their wife they're working hard. I absolutely love it. I love that laid-back attitude, and that's what I want. And like I've said all the time, I've actually inquired about a Christian school here in the city, and the pricing fits my price range, and I was actually shocked because I thought that Christian school would cost a lot more. And what I'd be happy for the twins to do, of course everything's up to them in life, but what I'd be happy for the twins to do is when they completed schooling here in Thailand at 17, 18, if they then wanted to go to Australia to partake in further education, tertiary education, a TAFE course, a university degree, and experience that life in Australia, and then decide for themselves once they've grown up where they want to be, being dual citizens, having an Australian and a Thai passport, having the lucrative Thai ID, then it's absolutely up to them, whatever they want to do in life. And whatever they wanted to do in life, I'd be absolutely supportive of. Just getting a few sprinkles of water now, it feels like, and we got some cassava fields here, both sides. You can't see the other side because of the trees. A bit more higher elevated, this part of town. I was actually talking to the missus today. Floods again in Phuket today. They've had some wild weather, and Chayapoom's had some crazy flooding previously. Since I've been living in Thailand, it's starting to rain, man. And we're just discussing, like, my soy, we've got a creek in the soy, so you'd assume our soy will get quite, our soy is a road in Thailand, but you'd assume that it would get quite messy. There'd be a lot of water if the big rains come, which they're saying is going to be some big rains this year.
6.5 hours later.
Shit, I think they're training about 1 hour up.
Jesus Christ. The roundabout's gone underwater. Oh, look at the motorbike.
Oh fuck, think we can go?
Yeah. Oh, he's low. Holy shit. That was a bit deep. I don't know if you can see the city. So we're up quite high. I don't know if we can see it, but the little private hospital's just in the distance there. So we're quite high up, and that's one of the tallest buildings in the city. But if flooding happens, like we're just discussing today where we'd move the car to. She says they set points up around town, like the shopping malls and that will have walls and that, like sandbag walls to keep the flood water out. And they must have better drainage or pumps, I don't know. I don't know how it all works, but for whatever reason, we're just discussing it today. If the flooding does come here and goes quite full on, like they're having in Phuket at the moment, what we do with the car. Potentially even her parents' place, which is not far away, but I think it's a bit higher up there, would be a safe place to leave the car and just, stay in the city on the motorbike. And if it got real messy, you just stay inside the house. Because obviously my house is quite high up. The first floor is built quite high up, and that's probably the reason for the flooding. Quite a prone city for whatever reason. So we'll see how that goes, because they're saying this La Nina is creeping into Thailand this year, and expect extreme rainfall in the Isaan region. So yeah. So I had a Thai person respond to that comment to me, asking who the person is. They want to know who the person is, because they were disgusted by the comment. And the individual who made the comment, like I said, they weren't necessarily having a go at me. They were just concerned about the twins' future. So we have some sugar cane over there, guys. We don't have a lot of sugar cane around here. Back in the village where I was living in Nakhon Ratchasima province, plenty of sugar, huge factory, but out here not much. So I'm not having a go at the commenter, like I said, but the you've upset a few Thai people. You've upset a few Thai people for sure. I actually posted it on my Facebook page, a little screen capture of the comment from the Thai person asking who the person was, and my response saying, I don't know them, I don't know the person, but they do comment, on my videos regularly, leave great comments. But I just said I don't agree with ignorant Westerners who typically have this view on Thailand about many things, about education, employment, standard of living. Like, I just don't know why so many Westerners come to this country but love to bitch and moan and complain and talk about how the UK is so much better. But you're here, aren't you? And you're watching a guy who lives here. So of course I'm going to root for my country that I live in, because this is my home. Isaan's my home. And it's where I'll intend to stay, and we'll just see how life plays out, to be honest. But the feedback from that Facebook post, so that's on my Ricky and Isaan Facebook page, has been very supportive from the Thais. The Thais love seeing some phalang, that's what I am, sticking up for Thailand publicly like that, and derogative comments about Thailand. So you can say what you want about my views about these certain things and my views on life in Isaan, because this is the best place to live, best place to grow up. Sure, I'm having difficulties. I have probably mental health difficulties. I have social difficulties. But man, if I was clocking in at work every day back in Melbourne, struggling to make ends meet, I think I'd be having a lot more difficulties, and my house would be going down the drain too. At least you got your health here. And generally life is happier, and once I get these twins with me the majority of the time, with me 4 or 5 days a week, there's no reason that I'm not going to be extremely happy and with my happy twins, aren't I? So bit of a different video, this one. You may not agree with what I was saying. You may not agree with me being proud of my twins potentially being 7-Eleven workers or potentially being farm workers, but I just think there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's crazy to have that mindset that your kids could grow up to be farmers. So what, mate? Like, you do it right, you can make good money. You own enough land, you can make good money. You grow the right thing, you can make good money. But like I said, it's just like anywhere in the world, people fall into debt, people finance the land, people finance tractors and stuff like that, and then suddenly you're not making a whole heap. So I get why there still are a lot of people who struggle, but in my personal experience, I know people who are making money farming, people who are sustaining a quality of life farming. So that'd be definitely something I could coach them and help them achieve in life if that's what they want to do, which of course everything is up to them in life. They're their own individuals, Of course I can give them recommendations of what they should be doing, but at the end of the day, what my girls grow up to do in life and achieve in life, that's up to them, mate. So yeah, we'll just leave it out there, cruising through this cool little village. Got the dragon fruit trees hanging over the fence. More dragon fruit trees here. Cool, very quiet village here. Not many chickens around, is there? And we'll wrap up what's been a very interesting week for me, I guess, this week. Lots on my mind, lots to discuss. But hey, this time next week, Mum's here in Thailand, so yeah, it's gonna be some cool content, and we're gonna have some good fun with Mum and the twins for a solid 4 weeks anyway. And then we've got stuff lined up after that, so we'll just see where life goes, eh? So cheers for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next video. Bye now.